William Watcott is no stranger to controversy. He's devoted much of his life to speaking out against abortions and homosexuality, messages that many consider hateful, disrespectful, and discriminatory. Throughout his travels across Canada, he's faced harsh criticism, strong opposition, jail time, and lengthy court battles. So it didn't come as much of a surprise to him when he and American anti-gay activist Peter LaBarbera were arrested recently for demonstrating their controversial views at the University of Regina. What he didn't expect was serious charges.
I was a little surprised that this time they hit us with criminal code charges, to be honest.
The Regina police charged both men with mischief after they ignored orders from campus security and officers to leave the university campus last week. Watcott and LaBarbera had set up an anti-abortion display and were handing out literature detailing what they call the dangers of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender relationships. Watcott told police at the time of the arrest that they have the right to exercise their freedom of speech, but the university didn't see it that way. They sent media this statement: "All guests are welcome to our campus. However, we ask that they accord themselves in a respectful fashion. Distribution of flyers and pamphlets that attack people for their ethnicity, race, or sexual orientation compromise the respectful dialogue we expect on campus and are not acceptable." Watcott has had this battle with the U of R before. He was arrested on campus back in 2001, but has been back many times since, spreading the same message. He says he has the right to speak out on public property.
I have two Court of Queen Bench opinions that I have a right to be there, so it isn't based on my personal feelings. It's just we're going to have to go through the courts and fight for that right again.
Both men were released last week with an order to appear in court on May 26th. Watcott will have to appear on behalf of LaBarbera, who cut his trip to Canada short after being questioned by the Canadian Border Services Agency while in custody. The CBSA denied him entry to Canada earlier this month under hate speech laws. LaBarbera is the founder of Americans for Truth about homosexuality, but he appealed that decision and won, promising to leave the country by April 17th. All of the students I spoke with here on the University of Regina campus strongly disagreed with the men's views and agreed with their arrest. On his website, he wrote, "I'm back home in the land of the free. Well, at least we're freer than Canada. Just a quick note here to let you know that I'm okay after being arrested in Saskatchewan, Canada for standing up for free speech at a public university with Canadian pro-family, pro-life hero Bill Watcott."
It was pretty offending what they were doing, and I strongly reject their opinion.
I don't think that their message was in any way in a good intent. I think that it was harmful, and that here at the U of R we're really accepting of everybody, and they weren't.
Good for him, you know. He stood up for what he was saying, and you know, keep on doing what you're doing. You know, he did a good job. I was proud of him.
You cannot say it's my freedom of speech. It's just fake excuses, I think.
And you're supposed to be able to have the freedom of speech, definitely, but if you're infringing on someone else's quality of life or their rights, then that's not okay.
Even though many Canadians hope they never have to see Watcott or his disturbing images again, he promises that Saskatchewan and the rest of the country hasn't heard the last of his free speech. I'm Lisa Morozic, and this is a Sun News Network Special Report.